Welcome back to Ferocious Education. This is Ed. Today I'm going to be talking about metamaterials once more. Now I did cover this one before, but today we're going to be going a bit with more updates, news, technical analysis, what I think about this one, and where it probably would be going. So without further ado, let's jump right into this one. So metamaterials. A company with different technologies. I've covered their presentation before with multiple different applications in 5G, in automotive, in aerospace defense, energy, medical, and consumer electronics with different products including NanoWeb, GlucoWise, Holo Optics, and Meta Air. Now, the only drawback I can think about this one is that they don't have current sales or current existing products that are well established. So, in short, metamaterials or Meta delivers previously unachievable performance across a range of applications by inventing, designing, developing, and manufacturing sustainable, highly functional materials. And they basically have their technologies with three core capabilities: holography, lithography, and wireless sensing. And I've covered a lot of who they are, etc. through the presentation in the last video. So again, that is in the description below. But today we're hoping to uncover some new stuff. So last time I did talk about the Canadian ticker going off or getting delisted. And so what happened from our understanding based on the news that they've actually sent out, it really mainly relates that they took MMAT out of the Canadian exchange market because it has the same name as NASDAQ, and they listed it under MMAX instead. So this article or this piece of news on June 29th on their website explains just that. Now you can pause the screen and read it, but again, this is basically the same information. And on the other side, we get another news on June 29th. Meta provides update to shareholder on the exchange process and timing. So I got a bit of messages on comments about my last video, and a lot of people are saying, hey, we actually haven't received the shares. Now for me myself, I did receive shares. I think it was on Tuesday, but some people still haven't seen it, and today is Friday going to the long weekend. And so for that, reach out to your broker. So I think the most common issue is with Robinhood. And what I know is Robinhood also goes through a third-party broker for some of their shares, such as Citadel, etc. So just make sure that you reach out to them to make sure these shares transfer to you. Now, in general, the Series A preferred share dividend was distributed by Torchlight Transfer Agent on the June 25th date to shareholders of record on June 24th. The company informed Meta that formal allocation of the shares' individual accounts should occur on or about Wednesday, June 30th, 2021, pending the receipt of certain documentation by DTC. Once the DTC allocation is completed, holders of Series A preferred share should be able to determine appropriate locations in their individual accounts. So there you go for that information. A bunch of other information that is on there relating to including the required reconciliation of share transfer cannot be completed on or until Friday, July 2nd, 2021, due to administrative process in some cases, yada yada. So hopefully by Monday you should be having these shares. Otherwise, just make sure you reach out to your broker. On other news, this one here, Meta engages in Integris Communication as investor relation advisors. Again, we did talk about the PR game might be a little bit weaker, and perhaps with partnering with them, they can improve their PR game. And on their Twitter account here, they're a bit more active. Now, the pin post, yes, is on December 16, 2020. But for instance, on June 29th, they shared the news or the PR I just shared with you a second ago, talking about the CSE or the Canadian Markets Exchange relating to the new ticker MMAX. And if you keep scrolling a little bit down below, you're going to be able to see their CTO, Jonathan Walden, talking on July 5th around 12:20 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now, also, don't forget that in the last video, I did talk about their July 6th webcast, and that's still coming in on 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So that's the first trading session day, Tuesday, because July 4th is just around the corner. And before you move on, if you would like to see more contents like this, don't forget to drop the subscribe button, click on that with the bell notification button on the bottom right corner, drop a like, and if you have more questions for me, you can reach me on my Discord by clicking click more, join my Discord, totally free, it's kind of a friendly chat room. Now, moving on from there, it appears that metamaterials buzz on the retail side and on Twitter, etc., is mainly relating trying to attach, for instance, Elon Musk to metamaterials. I don't know if it's more of a desperate act or it has some kind of speculations to it, but sometimes it does appear to be more of a far-fetch. But nonetheless, metamaterials does have great components and great catalysts coming up as well. Now, before even moving on, there is another SEC filing. You can pause the screen and read it a bit more, but basically it gives you everything we've seen on the news part, but more of in a formal letter. So let's move on towards technical analysis. It's very similar to the Relative Strength Index, also known as RSI, and the willing percent R shows that it's mainly been oversold, and that means technically in a momentum, more buyers would come in, pushing in the price up because of supply and demand equations. The MACD itself has been a bit quiet, more often an accumulation period, which is not bad. Momentum has been hovering around 0. It's better than the negative momentum you had around -4 and -5 around this region. Now, in terms of supports and resistances, we can start drawing a few. Now, on the Fibonacci retracements, and I'm only using this one just because usually high-frequency trader algorithms, etc., use it on a regular basis. And what we get to see here is that there is a significant Fibonacci resistance at the 770. Above there, 856, 925, 995, 1094, and 1220. Supports is sitting at 631. And in terms of a price line action support and resistances, please be very careful if it drops below 673 and then below 657 and specifically below 630 because we might set new lows on that. Significant resistances, keep an eye if it does start breaking the 714. That might actually be a really good resistance point. The next one is 731, and then above there you're looking very close to around 773, 793, and then we go back to 834, a bit up to 847, a very strong resistance at the $9 sharp, that 975, then the $10 sharp, and then we start going up to around 1098, 1189, 1220, etc. And then comes to the question to Ed, what do you think about this one? I've seen it so many times in the comments. Ed, I'm down 50%. Ed, I'm not feeling comfortable holding anymore. And I'm not asking you to hold or sell, etc. I myself, I'm hedging my own position by buying puts in that sense, just because I did anticipate for it to drop continuously. But right now, it looks like we're in accumulation period. Accumulation is safer than a drop. And from my own perspective, the worst has already passed. And on this level, a lot of retailers are going to start getting attention towards it. And all attention is going to be relating to metamaterials. Now, I do anticipate closer to July 6th, which means coming in next Tuesday, you might actually start seeing a bit of green, which is a positive thing specifically related to the conference. And in that, they're going to refer to probably their stock activity and answer some questions that a lot of people might be scared of answering, might people be scared of actually asking these questions or not knowing exactly the answers. And so, for my opinion, I do think that we might actually start seeing a positive reversal starting Tuesday after that conference, after that webcast, that will describe a little bit the future of the company and where they see things going. But that is my opinion. What do you think about the stock? Make sure to mention down in the comments below. Share, subscribe, and like, and have a wonderful day. Now, if you're still here on this video, make sure to drop down below and join our Discord. We have a lot of different things going on, including, for instance, members that gives picks for free. It's not pump and dumps, we just things we think about, swings, etc. We also have really exciting bots. You can actually use those ones. For instance, we're just testing out this bot, for instance, that gives you Fibonacci resistance points, activities, etc. And we have a bunch of free things, totally free. We run on tips here, and you can ask me questions, suggest stocks, etc. It's a really nice community that has been growing up very fast at a very good rate, and it's totally free. If you would like to join that one, feel free to do so in the description below, and have a wonderful day.